Hi everyone, I'm Pri. Thank you for joining this class on Good Move TV. Today we're going to go through a little bit of advanced legs and butt series. So if you're looking to tone your booty, this is for you. We're going to be going a little bit fast, so if at any point you need to take breaks, feel free. You're in your own home. Do what feels good for you. We're going to get started by opening the legs out a little bit wider than outer hip width distance apart. On an exhale, find your low squat. Bring it up to stand. Exhale, squat, and stand. Picking up the pace here, we're sinking those hips back, really opening through the thighs. Squeezing the glutes as you come to stand. Breathing here for 4, 3, 2, hold it down on 1, little pulses, down and down. Hugging the belly in, tapping those hips back like you're sitting into an invisible chair. Can you get a little lower through the legs? Breathing here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to hold it down on 1. Lift that right heel up, lower back down. Left heel lifts and lower. Alternating heel lifts here, still sinking really low through the legs. This is just our warm-up. Getting a little bit deeper, finding that bend. Even though we're shifting the weight from side to side, can you still sink low through both hips? For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up, shake out the legs. All right, turn so that you can bring the left leg back behind you. We're coming into a low lunge here, and then we're gonna pop it up, taking a little jump. If you don't wanna add the jump, we're just coming into a little lift. Jump is optional. You can use your arms to counterbalance here. Tapping that back knee down so that it hovers just an inch above the mat. Really using the strength of that front leg to push you up, getting into that ankle joint. You're here for 4, 3, 2. Hold it down in your lunge, little pulses down, down, and down. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come through center. We're switching straight to the other side. Right leg goes back. Bring it down into that lunge and jump it up. Take breaks as you need. A little bit of hit work here. That back knee is tapping into a 90-degree angle, or you're just coming up to stand. Either way, trying to keep the front knee right above the ankle. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it down, little pulses, down and down. Can you bend a little deeper through that back knee? Getting winded here. Holding it down, keeping the chest tall and lifted. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up to stand, shake out the legs. Come towards the back of your mat. Inhale, sweep those arms up overhead. Exhale, rounding through the belly. Walk yourself forward. High plank position. Holding here for just a second. And then we tap the knees down. All right, bringing the wrists a little bit closer into the body so they're right underneath the shoulders. Extend that left leg long and back. We're just gonna take a little shift forward and back. And then bringing the weight forward into the fingertips. On an exhale, float that leg up to hip height. Tap it down. Exhale, lift. And lower. Keep going here. You can tap down to the forearms. That always feels a little bit better for me. Broadening through the chest, through the shoulder blades so that you're not scrunching the shoulders into the ears. Doesn't matter if that leg doesn't make it to hip height, that's totally fine. You wanna think about lifting all the way through the glute rather than just through the heel. For 4, 3, 2, hold it up. On 1, little pulses, up and up. We're hugging the belly in here so that you're not arching through the back. We want to avoid this. We want to hug the belly in, just lifting through that heel. Strong pulses up. Both hips squared down towards the mat. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. You're gonna hold it up. We're gonna bend the knee and stretch it long. You bend the knee and stretch it long. Keep going here, so we're finding a 90-degree angle with the heel. Really feeling that resistance, like you're trying to squeeze something behind the kneecap. I know this burns. I'm doing it right here with you. For 4, 3, 2, bend the knee in. On 1, we're pulsing up. For 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tap the knee down. We're going straight into the other side. Extend that right leg long and back. Take a little shift forward and back. This is the easy part. And then bring the weight forward. On an exhale, float that heel up and tap all the way back down. Exhale, lift it up and lower. Again, you can come down to the forearms. Keeping both hips facing down towards the mat. So sometimes there's a tendency to open out to the side. We don't want to do that. We want to keep both hips facing down, squared off, in line. Flexing strong through that heel so that you lift up with control. Keep breathing here. Can you soften tension in the upper body so you're feeling this work just in the lower body? For 4, 3, 2, hold it up. On 1, little pulses up and up. This is where we need to remind ourselves, are we pulling and hugging the belly in towards the back of the body? That way we're not arching or splaying out through those ribs. You don't want to feel like the front of the body is loose. For 8, 7, 6, 5, for 4, 3, 2, hold it long. On 1, bend the knee in and stretch it long. Exhale, bend, and then we won't be here for too much longer. I know this burns. You're squeezing that heel in, trying to keep the thigh exactly where it is, ideally at hip height or wherever you can still keep both hip flexors squared down towards your mat. For 4, 3, 2, bend the knee in, little pulses up. For 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tap the knee down. Push it back to a quick child's pose. Breathing here, softening the chest down towards your mat, maybe wiggling out through the hips. And then we've just got one more thing. We're gonna be all the way down on our mat. So walk yourself forward, rolling onto one side so that you can align the back of yourself against the mat, both heels stacked on top of each other. You can either support the head with the hand or extend the arm long, resting the head on the bicep. Front hand is just stacked in front of you for some extra support. Go ahead and bring both heels towards the front 45-degree corner of your mat. We're flexing through both heels and then lifting up through that top leg and lowering down. Exhale, lift and lower Lifting and lowering. Keep going here. We won't be here too long. We're gonna add on some different movements so that this isn't just your typical side series. For 4, 3, 2, hold it up on 1, little pulses up. For 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up. This time we're gonna externally rotate the hip up towards the ceiling and come back through parallel. Exhale, open, and zip. Opening and closing, trying not to rock the weight onto the side of the body, onto the stomach. We're keeping the upper body exactly where it is, so you're still engaging through the low abs to help stabilize here. Trying not to drop that leg down. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend that knee. You can bring it in front of you can either plant the foot or drop that knee all the way down. I find that to be a little more comfortable. The other leg, the bottom leg, is gonna lift up. Take a little pulse here. Squeezing through that thigh. So this won't be as high as the opposite leg, but we're really gonna feel that burn quickly. You're gonna feel that inside thigh muscle as you try to flex through the heel, straightening the leg long. Keep going here. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Tap the leg down. Extend that top leg back. Last thing here, lift that top leg up. We're just gonna take a little circle, opening up, around, and down. 8 in each direction. For 6, you can use that hand that's in front of you to help stabilize here. We don't wanna rock the weight front and back. Making the circle only as big as feels good for you. We've got 3 more. 2, 1. Reverse the direction. Evening out that circle like you're drawing the circle through the heel, through the toe. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the leg down. You can tap out through that glute and then either roll over, you can turn all the way. We're switching to the other side. Our last little series. Extending yourself long on the mat, finding that comfortable head position, and then bringing both legs to the front 45-degree corner of your mat. On an exhale, we lift that top leg up and lower it down. Lift it up and lower. Again, still thinking about hugging the belly, so there's a little bit of space underneath the low ribs, almost like I could slide a piece of paper underneath the side body. If you need to bend that bottom knee a little bit more, since we did just work that side, totally fine. We just want that top leg to be as straight as possible. For 4, 3, 2, hold it up on 1, little pulses up. Good, finding a moment here as we keep going in this repetition. What can you bring to this? A little bit extra compassion for yourself as you start to get tired. For 4, 3, 2, hold it up on 1. We're externally rotating, opening that leg and closing. Again, turning the thigh so it faces up towards the ceiling. We're not flipping through the entire body. It's just through this hip flexor, through the outer glute. We've got 4 more. Can you try to keep that leg high, fighting the temptation to drop it back towards the earth? Last one. Go ahead and bend that knee, either planting the foot or dropping the entire knee down, flexing through the bottom leg. Let's lift it up and pulse. Trying to flex the foot here. I feel like that always makes it a little bit easier to engage, feeling that length through the entire leg. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lower that leg down. Again, extend that top leg long, flex through the heel. We're lifting up and we're taking our circles. Last thing here, circling forward. Nice even circles. Can you think about keeping the leg lifted, both hips facing forward so that you're not opening the hip up to the ceiling like we just did. Last 2. And 1, reverse the direction. We're almost there. Really finding energy through that heel. Breathing here. You've got 2 more. Last one. Tap the leg down, tap out through the glute. Go ahead and roll onto the back for just a second. Let's hug that right knee across the left leg, hugging both knees in, taking a little figure 4 stretch. We really did a lot of work in the glutes today, flexing through both feet to protect the kneecaps. And swap your stack left knee over right, hugging the knees in, taking whatever rock or wiggle feels good on this side. And go ahead and uncross the legs, shake the legs out, shake the meat off the bones. Bring the hands behind the thighs, rocking and rolling up and down the body so that you can come to a seated position. And you are all done. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, for burning this out, for getting a little bit of sweat in. I'll see you next time.